Hi, my name's Lisa Habermann and I'm a writer and director. What got me into film? I was studying at Deakin University doing my master's in writing and literature, and I had to pick up another subject, and I did not want to do poetry. So I did script writing and I loved it. And then I thought, I need to do something with this. And then I started working on scripts and started finding people and started making films. The first film I ever made was actually our web series, Back to Good, that I made with Suzanne McKee. When I was writing scripts, I needed to find people to work on the project together. And I put an ad on Star Now and I met a number of people and just started talking and coming up with characters, plot lines. We weren't sure if it was going to happen. And about 12 months later, I said to Suzanne, are we going to do this or not? And she said, yes, we're doing this. And that's how it started. The vision I bring into my work, and starting with Back to Good, because Suzanne and I formed a production company, mainly Mondays Productions, was that we would champion female voices, minorities, LGBT. There's so many filmmakers making different things, and we wanted to make something that was not just important to us, but resonated with our lived experience and also gave a voice to people and characters and themes that we hadn't seen too much of. And that's my motivator for all my writing that I do now and the directing that I've done as well. The favourite film I've made so far and why would have to be Back to Good. So much of our heart and soul went into that. It was, and still continues to be, it must be getting close to 5 years now, 4 or 5 years. We're still getting likes. We're still, every day we get likes on Facebook, YouTube, the numbers are going up. It got picked up by Reverie TV in the US, which is like the gay Netflix. It was with them for 2 years, and we were blown away by what we achieved, and we were so proud of it. It was the first, the only web series we've done, and it was one of the first things that I wrote. The characters are super important to us, especially to Suzanne, who played the lead. It was a collaborative effort. I learned so much. I met so many wonderful people through that, including you, dear. It was, yeah, it still is probably one of my proudest achievements. Yeah, absolutely.
We're moving back to the country. It's going to be great. We're so excited. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Three filmmakers that inspire me. Well, I'm not very good I have not got an encyclopedic knowledge of filmmaking at all, but I do really like Peter Weir, and I put myself on a course of trying to watch every single one of his films from his very first until his last, and to see his development as a filmmaker. Because I didn't go to film and television school, so I only know what I like as a member of the audience and what I want to see. And I was always have loved Picnic at Hanging Rock, and I just wanted to see how he worked more. Tarantino, obviously, I just love the quirk. I love, throwing an idea on its head. Yeah, that's probably two. I can't go into three. I could say Jane Campion and the piano, but I don't know enough of her other work. Oh, three films that inspire me. Oh, well, Thelma and Louise. What can I say? Loved it the minute I saw it. Loved it every single time I've watched it. Um, love the female protagonists. Love touching on topics that didn't really get too much airplay or still don't. Um, yeah, it's one I always come back to. One that I absolutely love and I watch all the time. I've lost track of how many times I've watched is Robin Williams in The Birdcage. I know so many of those lines word for word. I repeat them weekly. It's my go-to movie. If I'm feeling a bit flat, out comes The Birdcage. I just love it. I just really do love it. And probably a third one. I really did like A League of Their Own. Gina Davis. I just couldn't get enough of Gina Davis. Yeah, but I just don't really follow just one person. I just see things, and if I like it, I like it. I'm currently trying to build up my life writing business, Lisa Habermann Life Writing, and I'm trying to add a side component, queer memoirs. Um, but in terms of screenwriting, I've still got a script on the boil. I've still got a character that I'm not giving up on just yet. It's comedy, it's a web series, it's a feature, I don't know what it is, but it can become anything. I rewrote it as a radio play, got picked up by a radio station in Brisbane. The funding dropped out and they never produced it because it had a few different characters. But I was pleased to be picked up. I'm not giving up on it. It's really quite funny. It's LGBT. It's centered around a middle-aged lesbian and her quest to write her own memoir. The biggest challenge that faces the Australian film industry is funding. It's everything. It's like there's so many great ideas, so many young people, older people, new people that want to make things, great ideas, and just no funding. A lot of people can probably do it once, beg, borrow, and steal. To ask people to work for you for nothing for a second time is really pushing the friendship, and no one wants to do it. We all want to pay people if we can, quite often not getting paid ourselves. It's funding and jumping through hoops, and it's a very small pond, and some of the better known names feature time and time again. It would be great to have money for a variety of voices. I mean, Australian TV is screaming out for diversity. There are people working on diverse films, writing diverse characters. We just need the opportunity, and we can make it ourselves. We just need the funding. And I think I'm not alone in thinking that way. The biggest challenge I would say I have personally encountered is coming to this later in life and not having a bank of experience behind me. I've been so lucky that I've met people who are not only helped me with my vision, but have helped educate me about filmmaking, and they've been patient with me. I'm a teacher myself. I know what it's like. I'll accept any questions. There's nothing such as a wrong question. If someone wants to learn, then then help them. And I've been lucky that I have had that. I've had that from probably 98% of the people I've worked with. It's the 2% that get you down. Just been really, really hard when you're putting your heart and soul into something, and then there's someone that wants to rain on the parade. But you just have to remember this is a very small percentage. There's always going to be the naysayers. Just believe in yourself, trust the people around you, surround yourself with good people, and that's what I've done time and time again. And it's made a huge difference for me. It's enabled me to go on and direct a second project, which was my personal goal. I'm so proud of myself for doing that. But yeah, it's just being able to ride those waves and believe in your vision and get it out. Yep. The advice I give to aspiring filmmakers is just do it. Just write. Just film things. Just make things. Find like-minded people and make things with them. It doesn't have to be big. just do it. Just learn as much as you can. Um, if you haven't been to film and television school, find people who have and learn from them and work on projects with them. That's what I did when I decided to do Back to Good, and I thought, well, I've only been on a set a couple of times, once as an extra on Neighbours, like most people in Melbourne. um, and I just decided to get as much experience and volunteered, and I worked as a casting manager, locations manager. I did props, I did running, I did anything that needed editing, script editing, anything that needed to be done, I did it, and I learnt that way. And I knew my way around a set. I knew how to work with other people. I knew how to ask questions. Um, I had to hit the ground running because most of the people I worked with were young enough to be my kids. And I'm just grateful that they were able to help me. But just if you want to make films, just make them. Make them on your phone. Edit them on your phone. Or find someone that you can work with to get onto the 48-hour film festival. Meet people, get out of your way, meetups, places that have really good filmmaking communities that supported us, like Loop, Project Space and Bar. There are people out there. Just make it happen. Yeah.
Hey, you two, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I want to be a teacher, and I definitely want to have 2 cats and dogs, and 2 children. Hey, you listening?
What?
What?
You look amazing. Si incroyable, mon amour.
The process for choosing actors, I've always auditioned, and always done the casting myself. Suzanne has assisted on, especially in Back to Good, and other projects that we've worked on together. I go with my gut. If I, probably being reasonably new to filmmaking, if I go, wow, the benefits of not having that experience, I guess, and if I get goosebumps, then that's it. I've made my decision, and it's not hard to see. After all, I love casting. It's one of the best parts of the process. I'm drawn to different actors. I'm drawn to people's energies. They may not have the exact look, but if they've got the vibe and the energy, that'll take them across the line for me. Yeah. Do I believe in giving unknown actors a chance? Absolutely. Big gamble, but big rewards. And I think in Back to Good, we needed a gay barista, Asian gay barista, and that was not easy to find an Asian actor who was prepared to even act gay. So we decided to approach it the other way and found a gay guy, Asian guy, who was prepared to act as a barista. It took a little bit of training, but we got there in the end. Suzanne, who's a teacher, has studied acting and is an actress herself, worked with him extensively. It's obvious that he hasn't got the same experience as other people on the set, but the audience loved him, and that speaks for itself. So it depends. If you can get away with it, yes, but the hardest thing I found with an inexperienced actor was when they're working opposite a very experienced actor, to pull the experienced actor back and to push the inexperienced actor's confidence to the point that it balances. That was very hard, especially early in filming. But that's, the benefits are there if you can do that. Dream actors to work with. This is so hard. Actors all I can talk about is actors I've worked with previously. that I just think are amazing, and I just love their energy on the screen. Suzanne, my business partner, um, as Ellie in Back to Good, she can just turn it on. She was crying in auditions when she was playing the opposite of another person. She just blows me away with her depth of feeling. So I'd work with Suzanne anytime. Um, Karina Sorelli is another fantastic actor. She's so multi-talented and energy. I mean, take the acting talent aside, but her energy and belief in your, not only herself, but in your project. I would work with her anytime, anywhere. Um, in Gangster Dreaming, the most recent short film that I directed, um, I work with so many good actors. Their energy and their belief in themselves and commitment to what you want them to do. I would work with them anytime. Um, Sue Radchenko, Raj Singh, just so many, um, Caspian and Desfili, just people who didn't even have lead roles, and they just put in every single time. Yeah, I would work with these people again, absolutely. Do I believe your career should be local or to make the trip to Hollywood? Whatever works. If just take the leap of faith. If you have a burning desire to go to Hollywood and make something happen for yourself, then do it. Um, I think it would be better to probably get some experience on the ground first and know what you're dealing with. But it depends on the person. Some people are really fast learners. Some people can fit in very easily. Um, the only thing I would suggest is get some training, however that takes shape. As a filmmaker, if you want to do workshops or learn from others or online, but get some knowledge behind you. And if you're an actor, get some training. Look, I've worked with actors who've only had a handful of lessons, and it's made all the difference. Um, just follow your dreams and believe in yourself, and don't give up. Just keep pushing. Just keep push, push, push. Just never give up, because something will happen eventually. Yeah. Final words. I think you're not too old. Look at me. I found screenwriting at the age of 50, and I didn't think that I would find new things at 50, and I surprised myself and a few other people. Don't give up. Give it a try. It doesn't, you don't have to be the best at it. Just work really, really hard and do the best you can. It's all, you can ask of anyone. So I think make it happen. I think one of the proudest moments was after we filmed the trailer in this spot here, and it was edited, and we were about to put it on YouTube, and I showed it to my daughter, who was about 15 then, and she looked at me and she said, "Oh my God, this is really happening, isn't it?" And I was so proud of not just myself, but what I could show my kids, that yeah, make it happen. You can make it happen, and that meant the world to me. So I think for anyone, find people who'll encourage you. Believe in yourself. Try. You're going to fail. Of course, you're going to fail, but keep trying. Don't give up. You'll only get better. Give it a go. Yeah. Thanks, dear.